Life constantly confronts us with choices, and among them, two distinct paths stand out. One path is smooth, predictable, and free of major obstacles. It offers comfort, security, and minimal resistance, making it the obvious choice for many. People are naturally drawn to this road because it requires less effort, involves fewer risks, and spares them from the pain of failure or disappointment. It is the path of least resistance, where one can move forward without significant struggle, without having to push beyond their limits, and without facing the uncertainty of the unknown. However, there exists another path, one that is far less traveled. This road is rugged, filled with challenges, and constantly tests the limits of those who dare to walk it. It demands perseverance, resilience, and a willingness to endure setbacks. It is not for the faint-hearted, as it requires stepping outside of comfort zones, embracing uncertainty, and continuously striving for something greater. While most people avoid this difficult path, fearing the hardships that come with it, those who truly leave a mark on the world, the pioneers, the visionaries, the legends, are the ones who deliberately choose it. They reject what is easy and familiar, instead embracing the unknown and chasing after the seemingly impossible. These are the individuals who redefine boundaries, reshape history, and inspire future generations. Their willingness to confront adversity head-on is what sets them apart, proving that greatness is never found in the comfort of the easy road, but in the courage to face the impossible. Ease the enemy of growth. Choosing the easy way isn't necessarily a mistake. In fact, it often appears to be the most logical decision. It offers a sense of stability, predictability, and security, things that humans naturally crave. There is nothing inherently wrong with choosing a smooth, well-paved road, especially if it leads to a comfortable and seemingly fulfilling life. Many people take this path, believing it to be the safest option. After all, who wouldn't want to avoid unnecessary struggle, uncertainty, and hardship? However, what makes this path so appealing is also what makes it dangerous. It is a silent, deceptive trap. It lulls us into a state of complacency, where everything is good enough, but never truly great. It is a comfortable prison where there is no immediate suffering, but also no true growth. When things come too easily, we are not forced to push ourselves beyond our perceived limitations. We are not required to struggle, to fight, or to endure discomfort. At first, this may feel like a blessing, a life free from difficulty. But in reality, it is a slow and insidious curse that prevents us from ever realizing our full potential. Without struggle, there is no growth. Struggle is not an obstacle to success, it is a prerequisite. Without adversity, there is no evolution. Without challenges, there is no transformation. Every major breakthrough, every significant achievement, and every defining moment in history was born out of struggle. The greatest minds, the most successful leaders, and the most inspiring figures all had to endure hardship before reaching their greatest triumphs. Yet, when we always choose the easy route, we rob ourselves of this opportunity. We deprive ourselves of the lessons that come from failure, the strength that comes from perseverance, and the wisdom that comes from pushing beyond our comfort zones. The easy path may feel secure, but in reality, it keeps us stagnant. It traps us in a repetitive cycle where we are simply maintaining rather than progressing. We become prisoners of routine, stuck in a predictable loop of mediocrity. Meanwhile, the world around us continues to evolve. Others push forward, innovate, and reach new heights, while we remain the same, never truly stretching ourselves, never exploring our full capabilities, and never experiencing the extraordinary. Life is constantly moving, and those who refuse to embrace challenges risk being left behind. Embracing the impossible, a path to true greatness. But the moment you choose to step away from the easy road and embrace the impossible, everything changes. You enter a new world, one where nothing is certain, where risks are high, and where every challenge is a test of your character, intelligence, and endurance. This path is not easy, nor is it meant to be. But it is the only path that leads to real transformation. Choosing the impossible forces you to grow in ways you never imagined. You become stronger because weakness will not carry you forward. You become more intelligent because simple solutions will not always be available. You become more resilient because failure is inevitable, but so is progress. Every obstacle you overcome adds another layer to your strength, another skill to your arsenal, and another level of confidence in your ability to face whatever comes next. This road is not for everyone. It is difficult, uncertain, and often lonely. Many will be tempted to turn back, to return to the safety of the well-worn path. But for those who persist, those who refuse to give up, despite the difficulties, the rewards are immeasurable. The impossible path is where dreams are turned into reality, where potential is fully realized, and where true greatness is forged. So, the choice is yours. Will you settle for a life of ease and comfort, where everything is predictable but unremarkable? Or will you take the harder road, embrace the unknown, and push yourself towards something truly extraordinary? The easy path may offer temporary satisfaction, but only those who choose the impossible will leave a lasting impact on the world. Choosing the impossible, the mark of greatness. Every great achievement in history has been made possible by individuals who refused to accept limitations, who dared to question conventional wisdom, and who had the courage to challenge what others deemed impossible. These are the people who changed the course of humanity, not by following the well-trodden path, but by forging entirely new ones. Their contributions have shaped the world we live in today, proving time and time again that what once seemed unattainable can become reality with enough determination, vision, and relentless effort. Take the Wright brothers, for example. If they had chosen the easy road, the one that accepted human flight as a mere fantasy, they would have never pursued their dream of building the first successful airplane. At the time, many believed that flight was impossible, that humans were simply not meant to soar through the skies. But instead of giving in to doubt, the Wright brothers embraced the challenge, worked tirelessly, and turned their vision into reality. Today, air travel is an integral part of global society, connecting people and cultures in ways that were once unimaginable. Or consider Elon Musk, a modern-day pioneer. If he had allowed himself to be paralyzed by the word impossible, we might not have revolutionary companies like SpaceX or Tesla. The idea of privately owned space travel was once dismissed as unrealistic, and the electric car industry was all but abandoned by major automakers. Yet, Musk refused to accept the status quo. He took on enormous risks, faced countless setbacks, and continuously pushed the boundaries of what was thought to be achievable. Now, SpaceX is making space exploration more accessible than ever, and Tesla has redefined the future of sustainable transportation. But choosing the impossible does not mean diving into challenges blindly or making reckless decisions. It is not about disregarding logic or taking uncalculated risks. Instead, it is about having the courage to step into the unknown with a clear vision and the willingness to adapt. Confronting obstacles head-on, understanding that failure is an inevitable part of progress, and refusing to let setbacks define the outcome. The journey is rarely easy, and success is never guaranteed, but those who persist, who continue to push forward despite adversity, are the ones who ultimately turn the impossible into reality. How to choose the impossible. Break mental limits. The only true barriers are in your mind. Nothing in this world is truly impossible. The only real limitations we face are those we impose on ourselves. Throughout history, people have accomplished feats that once seemed unthinkable, curing diseases, building technological marvels, and even reaching outer space. What separates those who achieve the extraordinary from those who remain stagnant is their ability to break free from the mental chains of self-doubt and societal expectations. Many of us grow up hearing phrases like, "That's just the way things are," or "Some things can't be done." These beliefs condition us to accept boundaries that don't actually exist. The truth is, most limitations are self-imposed. We tell ourselves we aren't smart enough, talented enough, or lucky enough when in reality, our true potential is often far greater than we realize. The first step toward achieving the impossible is recognizing that the only real obstacle is our mindset. Once we remove those mental barriers, we open ourselves up to infinite possibilities. Embrace failure, the foundation of success. Failure is often seen as something to be avoided, a sign of weakness or incompetence. But in reality, failure is one of the most valuable learning experiences a person can have. Every mistake, every setback, and every disappointment carries within it a lesson that can propel us forward if we are willing to learn from it. No great innovator or leader has ever succeeded without first experiencing failure. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, was cut from his high school basketball team. J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter, was rejected by multiple publishers before her books became a global phenomenon. What all these people have in common is that they did not let failure define them. Instead, they used it as motivation to keep improving. When you embrace failure, you remove the fear that holds most people back. You begin to see each setback as a stepping stone rather than a roadblock. The moment you stop fearing failure is the moment you start unlocking your true potential. Never stop learning the key to making the impossible possible. Knowledge is one of the most powerful tools you can have in your journey toward achieving the impossible. The more you learn, the more equipped you become to tackle challenges, solve problems, and create innovative solutions. Growth happens when we continuously expand our understanding of the world and improve our skills. Many people stop actively learning after school, assuming that education ends with a diploma. But the truth is, lifelong learning is essential for success. The world is constantly evolving, and those who refuse to adapt quickly become obsolete. Whether it's reading books, learning new skills, or seeking mentorship, investing in knowledge is investing in yourself. When you develop a mindset of continuous learning, you become unstoppable. You start seeing opportunities where others see obstacles, and you gain the ability to transform what once seemed impossible into something achievable. Persist relentlessly, the power of never giving up. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is not intelligence, talent, or luck, it is persistence. Many people have brilliant ideas, but only a few are willing to endure the hardships necessary to bring those ideas to life. The road to success is rarely smooth. It is filled with obstacles, rejections, and moments of self-doubt. But the ones who achieve greatness are those who refuse to quit. Every major breakthrough in history was made possible by someone who persisted despite the odds. Scientists, entrepreneurs, and athletes all share this common trait. They keep going when things get tough. They don't allow temporary setbacks to discourage them. They understand that every failure, every hardship, and every challenge is simply part of the journey. True persistence means showing up every day, putting in the work, and pushing forward even when progress feels slow. It means staying committed to your vision, even when others doubt you. When you develop relentless persistence, there is no limit to what you can achieve. By breaking mental limits, embracing failure, committing to lifelong learning, and persisting no matter what, you put yourself on the path to accomplishing the impossible. Success is not reserved for a select few. It is available to anyone willing to put in the effort and refuse to give up. The only question is, are you ready to take the challenge? Conclusion. Craving stability, remaining in a safe and predictable space, often means sacrificing growth, ambition, and the chance to achieve something truly remarkable. Comfort may feel reassuring in the moment, but over time, it becomes a prison, one that keeps us from realizing our full potential. The greatest achievements in history were not accomplished by those who played it safe. They were made by individuals who dared to challenge the status quo, who embraced discomfort, and who chose the difficult road when the easy one was readily available. It is only by stepping into the unknown, by willingly choosing the impossible, that we can break through the barriers that hold us back. Every limitation, whether self-imposed or set by society, can be shattered if we have the courage to push beyond it. When you refuse to settle for mediocrity, you rise above your fears and doubts. You begin to see obstacles not as roadblocks, but as opportunities to grow stronger, smarter, and more resilient. Choosing the impossible forces you to evolve, to think differently, and to develop the mindset of a true pioneer. It is in these moments of uncertainty and challenge that you unlock the greatest version of yourself, one who is fearless, unstoppable, and capable of achieving extraordinary things. No, do not settle for the easy path simply because it is familiar. Do not let fear dictate your choices. Instead, challenge yourself every single day. Step outside of your comfort zone, embrace the unknown, and dare to chase the dreams that seem out of reach. The road to greatness is not smooth, but those who walk it with determination and persistence are the ones who make history. Now is the time to defy expectations, to conquer your fears, and to turn the impossible into reality. Will you take the challenge?
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.